Hello, Kaiko here, and welcome to the chaos. Let's go. Well, what is the plan for today? Well, I figured we would start by finishing off this thing. It's that, like, co-op running around thing. We did 4,000 worth of points last Sunday. But it did the thing where it upped the maximum points threshold over 2 more days. So we haven't done the last 2. So we'll start by doing that. And then we were deep in the thick of the Archon quest. I think in the last stream was quite tough because it was the stream about the Poisson being like flooded and so many people perished. And I swear, it was Melis and Silver, Navia's 2, I want to say guardians, but like not quite, but also kind of quite. And yeah, it was so sad. I think I cried like 3 times and tried to make it not obvious. But I don't know if I succeeded or not. No one called me out on it, so I'm assuming I did. But that was intense. And so we watched that whole thing, and then I don't really know what happened. Oh, Nuvolette came. We almost lost Navia. Nuvolette saved her. And then an Arlecchino basically said, "Hello, Navia. Do you want to team up with the Fatui to do this thing?" And Navia said, "Okay, fine, we can do that." And so we need to do that. And I think we got to the part where they were now plotting together. We had a little meeting in Poisson because they were like, "Oh, no one's ever going to go to Poisson. We can talk here, no problem." And it was like us, Nuvolette, Lily Lynette Fremine, Navia, Florent, I think, and we were talking about hunting and setting a trap for Furina. And then there was a lot of like talking to people in Fontaine. I had to talk to a bunch of people because it kept putting quests like, go talk to Charlotte over here, and then go talk to somebody else like over here. And I was like, I can't leave these hanging because if we don't do these ones, I'm going to bump into them by accident while trying to do my like weekly reputation quests. But now we got to the bit where it said to go meet Furina in Poisson, so we can, and I thought that's a good time to pause. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do as soon as we do that little the event, because it's almost done. And yeah, look, see this thing, it's never quite sure which one it wants me to do, because this switches between this one and the new monster Archon quest every time. I think it decides which one it thinks is more interesting right at this moment, and you'll never guess what. I don't know if any of you guys know, but Paimon, as in like with the dots, sends me emails saying like, "Oh, here's the new version, you should get excited, come check it out." And I guess they saw that I made a good chunk into the Archon quest in the last stream, and it sent me an email that basically like, "Oh, come back to the quest, why don't you play a bunch, like carry on the quest." This is where, like, it was basically recapping the story so far, but it told me things I hadn't seen yet. Paimon sent me a spoiler. I mean, I knew it was coming because I've seen the spoiler already, but Paimon wasn't supposed to tell me the spoiler. It was like, oh, okay, we know that we're going to try, and I think the idea was we're going to put Furina on trial. That seemed to be the point. And, well, I don't want to say it because we haven't got there, but I'll tell you when we get there what the spoiler is, because I know Child of Peace would know the spoiler, for example. But it was, it was saying things like, oh, with Furina on trial, with this verdict never seen before. And I said, what do you mean never seen before? Huh? Hello? I'm not supposed to know that yet. Paimon, you're not supposed to tell me a spoiler. And I was very upset. Well, okay, I was just disappointed that Genshin, the email system, didn't tell. Well, it is a spoiler if you haven't done it yet. Like, because also it was a reminder that was saying like, go continue the quest because you got halfway through it. And then it told me what the verdict was. I just didn't say it. But it told me, like, with this verdict, insert verdict here, never seen before. You hear it in the version live stream. Okay, fine, but I didn't. You think I was playing the version live stream? No. So I was a bit disappointed. But it was also the way it was phrased. It was phrased like a recap. It was not a recap. It was a spoiler. Disappointing. Disappointing. But yeah, I just thought it was a bold move from Paimon, trying to like tell me, go back, continue the quest. Let me just tell you what's about to happen in a way, like, I don't know, I think maybe it was like I must have triggered this email, but it thought I'd done more of the quest. I don't know. He was very, very sad. But yes, I do think we're near the finale, and I am looking forward to doing that. We're so close. I just want to finish this, because otherwise I'm going to forget, and this ends today, and then I won't get any prizes. And I want the last prizes. The voiceover, but I've turned the voiceovers off, which means I just can't, I can't hear them. But that's okay. If there's a cutscene, usually the cutscene will work. Sometimes, but sometimes not. But I know. It's too late. I have committed. Anyway, no, that's the wrong thing. I didn't mean to chat to these people. I already chatted to these people. What I need to do is go over here. I believe I have to do this like 2 more times. And I think in the last stream we managed to play every variation except for the Kinich one. And I said to myself, not the Kinich one. And then and I didn't get the Kinich one, but I do feel kind of bad that I kind of like doomed that one. So maybe I should play the Kinich one this time. We'll have to see. Ooh, who's this? Is this Kinich? Kinich. I should play Furina story quests. Well, I'll play all the story quests, but I was doing the Archon quest first, and then I was going to go through, and we'd spend several streams worth just doing the story quests one by one, and there's so many world quests to do too. But I was going to do them in order, but if people have special requests, we could do those. But yeah, I mean, if we finish this early enough, we could do Furina story quest. I don't know how much quest there is though, because I think there's also a bit that's I'm failing so bad. I also think there's probably a bit that's to do with like, there's a bit to do with your sibling. I'm pretty sure. I think that's, I'm so bad at this. I think that's part of this Fontaine quest. I don't know if we do the story quests first, or if like we do that section of the Archon quest first. Not really sure. We'll have to find out. Also, the fact that I'm not losing means that there are people who are even worse at using Kinich than me, and I just think that's really funny. Oh no, you gotta avoid the guy who's winning, because they get a little like tag following them around saying like, this is the guy who's winning. And you do not want to be near that guy, because in my experience, that's usually how they get you. Because you sort of get taken out by accident because they were going for the other guy. I don't know what I'm doing. This is fine. I'm just kind of going like this. Okay. The Kinich one is quite hard though, because you can only stay like floating for so long. And then it has to reset, so you kind of like I've just missed that entirely. Can I jump? Yes! I do love that I'm just getting these coins by not even using Kinich. I'm just clicking the buttons and just just like running into them. And it's working. Oh yeah, see, I'm climbing the rock, and it's glorious. Okay. This is fine. Oh. Okay. Monies! Ooh. Gotta move. Oh, no! No! I got blown up twice. That is not great. Just climb up here. Just run around. That seems to work best. I'm definitely doing this, like, unoptimally, but it's also kind of working, so I'm not really sure why it's working. Okay, what did you say? You said something about you do the Archon quest to do the Furina quest. Ah, The whole Archon quest, even the bit that's like presumably not about Fontaine. Oh, you can! Yes, I can do the attack to stay in the air like the green Saurian. I see, I see. I'm not utilizing Kinich very well. I'm mostly just sprinting. I'm not even sprinting. And I'm still not losing though, and I love that. No matter how badly I'm doing, I'm not the loser. Because I've never had to indwell a Saurian. So clearly I'm doing something right. Okay, let's just keep running. Okay, this is fine. Ooh. Okay. I didn't even get a score. Great, I just got a participation prize. Sure, that's fine. Okay, let's see. Just the Fontaine bit, okay. Okay, well that's not that bad. If we're almost done that bit, then maybe we will have time to do it. We'll have to see. We have to see. There's a lot of potential things we can do here. And there's obviously the new Mondstadt Archon quest bit that we haven't done. The game keeps trying to make me do. And I'm too scared. Like, one day I had a commission that was to do the, you know the quiz? The Mondstadt quiz where you talk to, is it Guy? I don't think it's Guy. But there's a person who stands outside the, that stands outside the gates of Mondstadt who offers you that quiz. It's like, what are the quiz on the thing? And I was too scared to do that commission because I was worried if I went outside the gate, I'd trigger the quest. So I just had to skip that commission that day. But I thought that was quite funny. Because it's right outside the gate, and I don't know if it's one of those ones that triggers when you talk to somebody, or one of the ones that triggers when you get in the area. And I'm too scared to go through that. Exactly! You know, exactly, you've been avoiding Mondstadt. Exactly! Well, I can tell you, the inside of Mondstadt is fine. And it's got to be, surely it cannot trigger until you cross the bridge, but I'm too scared to go outside of the gate. I'm too scared. I mean, as long as I trigger on stream one day, it'll be fine, but yeah. Okay, let's go. Come on, Lonnie, just get some coins. I remember last time I did this, I kept running out of phlogiston, and Mulani just had to run, and it was just a little bit embarrassing. Because this whole point is that you get to, like, use these characters, you know, fully. I just had to keep stopping, because Mulani got stuck. Wait, why am I winning? No, don't let me be winning. Winning is dangerous. Because winning means that they target you. I don't want to be targeted. Uh-oh, I ran out of phlogiston. This is embarrassing. Oh, get on the... There we go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm not winning anymore. Perfect. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. We don't need to be winning. Oh, okay, I exploded just a little bit. Oh, ran out of phlogiston again. Okay, this is fine. Okay. Not gonna get that one. Might as well just keep going. There are not many coins in this one. I feel like you always run out of coins a lot quicker. Is it me? No, it's somebody else. come over here and top up your phlogiston. Yeah, perfect. Okay, this is fine. And just okay. Let's just get some phlogiston. Okay, carry on. We got this. There we go. Oh no, this is fine. This is fine. Oh no! My phlogiston! And my coins. Okay. Round 3. Round 3. I think I'm losing by like a lot. Okay, maybe I'll get to be the Saurian this time. Because I'm looking at it and I think everyone else has like 100 more coins than me. And you know, that's not good. And I didn't even get those. Very sad. Oh, do not run out of phlogiston. That would be embarrassing. Oh, it's me. My turn. Okay, where's everybody? I forgot how you do this. You just kind of go like this, right? Okay, let's go over here and try and catch these guys. Let's get these. This is fine. Oh, did I accidentally unindwell the Saurian? Wait, I had the most trial coins at the end? Wow. I have no idea how that worked, but that's fine. That's good. That's all the coins we needed. Perfect. You had some voiceover will be added to the next patch, so you're waiting for it to be added. Ah, I see. Understandable. Well, since I don't really turn the voiceovers on anyway, it doesn't really matter to me. But that works. The one who gets the story in last tends to win. Ah, I see. Well, I won. Hello, Soft Hyphen. Hello. Welcome. We are... No, wrong button. We're about to go back to do the Fontaine Archon quest because I think we're quite close to the end. And we just gotta do it. And let me see. So that's what we actually are gonna do. And then I think all of these will get unlocked. So these are all Fontaine quests, so they're all vaguely related. Miss Mario recommends the Furina Archon quest, not Archon quest. Furina one of these, so we could do that. If we, have time, depending on what the Archon quest does. You've been here from the start, and you didn't say hello. Disappointing, but hello anyway. But yes, we can do this. And then I think there's the only other Archon quest we haven't done is there'll be, I don't know if it's an interlude chapter or what it is, but there's going to be the one with our sibling. The one's bedtime story. Oh, this place is deserted. Guess all survivors must have evacuated already. What was left here are signs of devastation. There's literally a man right here. What are you on about? Could Furina really be here? Let's try and find her as soon as possible. There is literally a man. Hello, Vincenzo. Please, friends, stay. It's not the time to go to Poisson, so please come back. I'm with the Svina di Rosola. As you can see, the town suffered flooding recently, and it's a total mess. While the waters have receded for now, no one knows what's going to happen. Perhaps you also know of the prophecy. Anyway, townspeople have already evacuated. No help is needed right now, so you should really get out of here too. Oh, and what if I see. Yep, the water's been unstable these days. It's best if you just leave quickly. Well, luckily for you, we don't dissolve if we fall into the water, because we are not from Fontaine. Even Yao Yao is not from Fontaine, and I'm pretty sure Siegeween wouldn't count either. Or maybe she would. I don't know. She's not really like a person from Fontaine. She's a Melusine. Oh, Chatterpiece, welcome Spine. Quite fitting, because I just said the Spina. It made me think of spines, okay? Ah, that's Furina right over there. She really is here all on her own. Shh, stay quiet for now. Should I just give up? This is all meaningless. What was meant to happen didn't happen after all. Everyone's dead. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Get up, Furina, there's no point in holding out. I'm sorry. But what can I even do other than to repeat meaningless apologies over and over? Furina. Ah, who's that? Don't worry, Furina, it's just us. So it is you, blonde traveller from another land. Why, I almost thought you were someone from the mob of my ignorant subjects, come to kneel and beg for my forgiveness. Furina, you were crying just now, weren't you? The tear stains on your face are obvious. What do you mean, tear stains? Oh, I remember the show at the Opera House earlier this morning was so moving. I'm still trying to process it. Who did that uncivilized rabble think they were, disturbing my enjoyment of the arts? They even dared to doubt their Archon. I must teach them a lesson. I can just imagine their twisted and frustrated faces once they realise I'm nowhere to be found. Oh, and I'm sure Neuvillette and those people from the Marshes Phantom are freaking out right now. Next to them, too. They're trying to act tough, Furina. You're actually beyond devastated right now, aren't you? Of course not. Hey, there she is. The Hydra Archon's over there. Quick, after her. Who are these people and where did they come from? Huh? Furina, those people seem to be after you. They are? Huh? They're just some rabid fans who want to cut the line because they haven't been able to meet me in person, aren't they? No, Furina, they want to fight you. It's just that's against the rules. I can't let them get their way. Ah, Furina just ran off. Quick, we have to catch up with her. This should be the place, right? Hey, Furina. There's a good hiding spot over here. Quick, come to hide one before the rest of them catch up to you. What is this place? Hurry, they're almost here. Fine, I suppose haste is warranted. Lead the way. Oh, have we caught her? Is this the trap? Oh, thinking. Ah, phew, Paimon's exhausted. Ah, phew, I'm so tired I totally thought they had caught me. No, I mean I nearly gave in to the sheer enthusiasm they displayed. Ha 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 ha. This place is not what I'd call soundproof. You might want to lower your voice to stay hidden. Ah, you're right. Yep, that's a good girl. Huh? What's happening? The ground's shaking. Is it an earthquake? Another disaster just struck, I suspect. Yeah, a quake of this kind preceded the flooding in Poisson, didn't it? It can't be. It's happening again. Well, there's no need to worry too much about that. Neuvillette's made some emergency plans, so the evacuation should go a lot smoother this time. Yeah, I hope you're right. For the people of Poisson, they're already... As Furina finally reached her limit, now that she's talking about her actual feelings, she started to look far less stiff. You begin to talk amongst yourselves as Furina slowly calms down. It's true, I've been investigating the prophecy for hundreds of years. I once had informants all over Teyvat searching for clues and feeding information back to me. I've tried all kinds of ways too, to hold back the sea, anything to keep the coastline from advancing. But all my efforts proved to be futile in the end. Really, the truth has been clear to me for a very long time. We cannot make an enemy of the divine. No matter what we do, the will of the heavenly principles will have its way and the prophecy shall be fulfilled. But even then, you still haven't given up, right? Give up? I do not understand that phrase. It would mean finally coming to terms with fate, but also for me to finally be free. But that would also mean that all hope would disappear. Indeed, I've thought about giving up so many times, especially after we almost lost Poisson. Fate is really unreasonable, isn't it? It has no heart and obeys no rules. The prophecy has only just started to come true, and so many people have already lost their lives. But just now, it's all become clear to me. I sort of have the right to come to terms with fate on behalf of everyone else. As long as the final moment hasn't come, it's still not too late. Don't worry, I'll keep hope alive for everyone until the very end. Well, that's enough for now. I got the impulse to play the Stricken Maiden, but honestly, considering my rank and station, that wasn't a good fit at all. Hee hee hee. Don't take any of what I just said seriously. How could I possibly let Fontaine fall to the whims of trivial prophecy? Come on, I could have sworn you were actually being honest just now. We're running out of time. We can't just go back to square one like this. I have to get more information out of her. Furina, you might not have to shoulder this burden alone. Although I don't know what you might be keeping from everyone, your people are more than willing to share your burden with you. Share my burden? That's impossible. It was fated right from the start that this would be my duty alone. But even if your burden doesn't need to be shared, you can still choose to confide in someone. Just share it with me. I'm what you call a witness. A witness? Ah yes, I've heard that you came to Teyvat from beyond the stars. Yes? In other words, you never belonged here. And if Teyvat is, in its entirety, a show on a stage, then you're just a spectator, aren't you? If that's the case... There's no time left. Please, Furina, just spit it out. Oh! Oh, I think we just kidnapped her. Oh, she was about to tell us too. To be fair, that was a pretty good magic trick, but okay. Okay, this is getting dramatic. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes my opening performance. Now, without further ado, we may proceed to the trial of our god. Ah, so this is what it is. Yes, you deserve praise for the efforts you took to raise the dramatic stakes. Do not forget, however, that I am Furina, the god of justice, the embodiment of justice itself. Does it strike you as even the least bit absurd to bring the very concept of justice to trial? May I interrupt these words as your refusal to stand trial? Oh, may I interpret these words as your refusal to stand trial? In that case, you have the opportunity to defend your honor through a duel. You would draw your blade against a god? I see. It seems like you have made up your mind. I can't believe it. She just surrendered? What the heck is going on? Did I just see an Archon surrender to a human? Wow, how utterly humiliating. Lady Furina, what is the meaning of this? Shh. It would seem that there has been a misunderstanding. To be clear, the raising of both hands is not always an indication of surrender. Looking for excuses again, huh? I raise my hands just now to indicate my acceptance of the trial. No duel shall be necessary. I will admit that I've been running away for a long time. I'm sorry, everyone. I wasn't able to protect the people of Poisson. It is my duty to stand trial for my crimes. You're not the only ones to be disappointed in me. I, too, am exceedingly disappointed in myself. Phew, but now it is time for the Hydra Archon to show you her courage and resolve. I, Furina, will use this trial to show the world the true meaning of justice. This time, I will protect you. Applaud and rejoice, one of the most outrageous and fantastical arcs known to the opera epiclese is now unfolding before your eyes. Mark my words, this shall be one of the most exhilarating and brilliant shows ever to grace the stage of Fontaine. The trial of the Hydra Archon, Furina, will now begin. Woohoo! Oh wow, we're making history. Why does it feel like Furina just took over the whole thing? Like, come on, didn't she just get forced to stand trial for her crimes? Also, even though she's still acting super dramatic, she is taking this seriously this time, right? Alright then, who will be my opponent in this trial? The court asked the prosecutor to please take the stand. Oh, thank you, Your Honor. Is that so? Very well, then please speak, witness of Tevat, my accuser and fated opponent. We were so close to getting her to tell us the truth, and it still turned out like this in the end. It's okay though, as long as we can defeat Furina in court, we still have a chance to figure everything out. So close! Okay. Now what? Also, please allow me to ask, as the final question before the trial begins. Just how much work did you do to force me onto this stage? Well, we did do a lot of prep after the meeting that day. I can go over the tasks assigned to the Svina di Rosala since they were rather straightforward and easy. Navi, the present Svina di Rosala. Most of the people who participated in the disturbance this morning were my subordinates. Ah, I see. They changed into plain clothes and came to the Opera House as regular audience members, waiting for the perfect opportunity to incite insurrection against you. The people's resentment against their Archon has been building as more and more of the prophecies were fulfilled. A spark was always needed to turn smouldering anger into a flame. Moreover, according to our understanding and analysis of you, where something like that occurred, you would likely flee to the scene and head to Poisson by yourself. So we arranged for a second group to lie in wait there. So you mean the ones who scour the settlement for me were also from the Svina? And their goal was to force you to step into the giant magic box, so you may personally participate in the greatest magic performance in all of Fontanian history. That's right, that house was a magic box, rather than someone's residence. As the super ultimate version of the setup that I used when I first performed at the Opera Epicles. The volume of the box was increased by a whole order of magnitude, and the distance it traversed was the entire gap between Poisson and Erinez. Its cargo, of course, was an Archon instead of a human. My thanks, Furina. Without your help, we could never have pulled off such an extraordinary performance. You're welcome? Of course, this performance was only made possible with Father's support. The house of the heart spent a massive amount of labour and more to pull this off. I'm liking this little image of them like building the little house. So fun! We had to select a location, construct the giant magic box, dig a tunnel, and open up a path through the water. It was a lot of work for all of us. So in other words, the earthquake that we felt within the giant magic box was just a normal tremor from the transportation of the whole house. That's right, it wasn't a sign of another disaster to come. Sorry about that, we deceived you back there. Then I can guess Nuvela and Cloran's parts. You gathered a crowd, prepared a stage, and made sure the champion duelists would be immediately ready for a fight. Also, that as soon as I appeared on the stage, the trial may commence without a hitch, am I right? Yes, that is correct. Well, Clorant, I must commend you for your courage. Only the most outstanding champion duelist in all of Fontaine would accept a duel with an Archon without flinching. Thank you. As for you, Kaiko, I suppose your role was to keep me distracted with conversation once you found me in Poisson. You make sure I didn't notice anything amiss before revealing yourself as my prosecutor once we'd arrived onto the stage. No, you guessed wrong. Oh, my mission was to give you one last chance. We hoped you'd share your secret with us before the magic box arrived onto the stage. Is that so? Then I suppose I must have missed my final chance. It's fine, it matters not. What's done is done. The stage is already set, so there's no reason to disappoint the audience. Let's see this trial through to the very end. Yeah, the only thing we can do now is to judge the Hydra Archon. Still, I can't help but be a little bothered by that conversation earlier. What did Furina want to say to me right before we arrived on the stage? Madam Prosecutor, please allow me to pass this along. This is a document that Miss Charlotte applied for and received permission to share with you during the trial. According to her, it should speed up the proceedings. Huh? Charlotte wanted to give us something? Oh, so she's here too. Hey, Charlotte! Pamonsi, isn't this the exclusive interview that she did with us before, so she's already finished it, huh? Wait, then that means this document is a perfect timeline of everything that's happened ever since we stepped foot in Fontaine. In other words, we can refer to this anthology of evidence every time we want to use something from your journey as evidence for an argument. It's a super practical gift. I never would have thought of using it this way. Let's quickly confirm the information in it. Just think of it as a refresher, alright? Oh, okay. Interesting. So, there's a lot of relevant clues. Okay, so became Lily's attorney. A murder case unfolded in the midst of Linny and Lynette's first performance at the Grand Opera House. Though they were clear of the accusations leveled against them, their identities as agents of the House of the Hearth were revealed. You defeated the Hydra Archon in the very first duel you took part in at the Opera House. That's one for the history books, alright? And this is the truth behind the serial disappearances of young women case. It turns out Fontanians can be dissolved by water from the primordial sea. Over the years, Vasher kidnapped and dissolved many young girls for his experiments to try and find a way to bring back his wife, who has been dissolved. I didn't think you'd wind up getting to the bottom of this case. I've been following it all this time. I guess you could see this as a happy coincidence. Okay. Though Neuvillette believed Charles to be innocent, the Oratrice judged him as guilty in the end, and even Furina didn't know why. Which is Charles' conviction. This is the first time Monsieur Neuvillette had a difference of opinion with the Oratrice. Even the Hydra Archon can't figure it out. Okay, Eriniez. The meeting with the Knave. During the diplomatic meeting with the Knave, she revealed that she had already probed Furina on her own and believes it is possible that not only is Furina not really the Archon, but that she is actually afflicted with some sort of curse. If she be Harbinger, she is an extraordinary person, her instinct must mean something. Okay, the intrusion of the Primordial Sea into the Fortress of Meripede. The entrance of the Primordial Sea is sealed beneath the Forbidden Zone in the Fortress of Meripede, and recently the Primordial Sea has nearly broken out. It was only temporarily pushed back by Neuvillette's power. The Fortress of Meripede was almost destroyed in a single day. That I didn't witness the scene personally will always be a source of professional regret, I think. Okay, the When in the Dream. You saw Char floating in the sea in a dream, as well as an indescribably massive whale. According to Monsieur Neuvillette, both Char and that whale should have been in the Primordial Sea at that time. Navia falling into the seawater. While exploring the ruin near Poisson, it began to collapse and Navia fell into water containing primordial seawater. Only the protection of the dead members of the Spino di Rosala prevented her from dissolving. Nearly lost my awesome friend, Navia. To be honest, that still gives me the shivers. She with N. N communicated with you by connecting your consciousness. She believes the prophecy will certainly happen, but that you needn't give up. That you needn't give up all hope. The words of someone as extraordinary as a witch can probably only be truly understood when something surreal happens to you. Okay, we've got some background now. I don't know how that's supposed to help, but okay. The prosecution and the defense are both in position. The trial shall now begin. Come on, Neuvillette, there's no need to repeat all the unimportant legalese. Just fast forward to the part where the prosecution lays out my offences. As the defendant and the lead actress's performance, I still haven't even been informed of my supposed guilt in all of this. Of course, it's only natural for humans to struggle to understand the actions of a god. However, you will need more than that to convict me of a crime. That is true, but my charge here is unrelated to your conduct as an Archon. Instead, I would like to charge you as a fraud who's never been the Archon in the first place. Oh! Wait, what was that? Lady Furina's a fraud? Hey, I came here thinking that we were going to try the Hydra Archon for forsaking her duty, but did I hear that right? She's not our Archon at all? Charge accepted. Wait, did Neuvillette agree? Is this a thing we discussed before, or is this a thing we just knew? Like, obviously Arlecchino knew it, but I didn't think... Did Neuvillette know? Lady Furina, do you plead guilty to the charge? Lady Furina? I plead not guilty. How can I be guilty? There is no way that I, First of Laws, otherwise known as Furina de Fontaine, a member of the Seven, and the Regina of all waters, the Regina of all waters, kindreds, peoples, and lords of Fontaine, could be anything other than your true Archon. Yeah, even though Lady Furina can be rather eccentric, isn't it going too far to doubt her very identity? Yeah, I've never questioned her identity either. Sure, Lady Furina can be super irresponsible, but what grounds does that prosecutor have to make such a huge claim? I, of course, believe the common sense will prevail in this case. Many of the members of the audience have known me as the Hydra Archon ever since they were born. There would be no fooling their memory. See, even the Oratrice has decided to show me its favour. Are you sure you want to commit to a charge that will never be upheld? If you wish to drop the case, I can promise you, as a god of justice, that you will not have to face trial for making a false accusation. We will treat everything that's happened as a dramatic spectacle, and move on with our lives. What do you say to that? An argument with near impossible odds, huh? We have to not only refute Furina's claims, but also overturn the long-held beliefs of the people. The people only see you as their Archon because that's their long-held belief. Well, I tried to give you the chance to surrender. If you must persist, then let me ask. If you believe I'm not the Archon, then what manner of being do you think I am? And if I was not the Archon, then how did I manage to live for over 500 years? I thought to think carefully. What do we know to be special about Furina exactly? Okay. Okay, it's sort of giving me some hints. Because I think these two... Oh look, it's telling me these are irrelevant. I love it. Dramatic, it's just the beginning. Oh, it's just gonna get more and more dramatic. Okay. Even if we didn't know why. And then there's the T with N. Okay, you didn't know why child was guilty. That doesn't sound right. Pamela doesn't think the clue can be used as compelling evidence to build our case. Okay, it's not that one. The meeting, oh! The meeting with the knave, obviously. Oh, no, we can't say that one either. First of all, you may be a member of another long-lived race, which would allow you to naturally possess an extended lifespan. And second of all, even if that wasn't the case, there could be other ways to extend your life. Such as a curse. Who gave you that idea? Was it the knave? You'd think so low as to use a harbinger's words against me? It doesn't matter who gave us the information, what matters is the veracity of the claim. A curse. I once thought it possible that the aura of an Archon might naturally resemble a type of curse. But in light of this claim, perhaps what I sensed was not your divinity, but a curse after all. You've let sense it too, huh? So Furina, instead of an Archon, could you just be a cursed human? Lady Furina is actually a human? Well, it is true that it's extremely difficult to tell humans and God apart just by looking at them. It's not impossible. Oh, does it just keep going till 4, or like what? Well, don't start celebrating too early now. Even if I've been carrying a curse like you said, how does that prove I'm merely a human being? Besides, everyone knows the main difference between a human and a god is the possession of authority. Gods can do what humans cannot, that's why they're worshipped as gods. For centuries, manifestations of my authority have served the nation of Fontaine. One need only turn the eyes towards the Oratrice Mechanique, then leave the Cardinal in this very opera house, or consider the indumentium that is used in every aspect of human life. Of life, I don't know why I added the word human there. Wait, that one shall prove the opposite. Furina actually has no control over the Oratrice at all. Okay, this is where we use child's thing. You tried to reference the Oratrice, so weren't you as confused as all the rest of us when the Oratrice declared child to be guilty without any proof? Otherwise, you would have come up with a good explanation for that by now. Didn't I make myself clear at the time? The decisions of the gods are naturally difficult for humans to comprehend. There is no need to provide an explanation. Lady Furina, I believe a reminder of your current circumstances is in order. While the court is in session, the principles of justice and the law must come before all else. While you are an Archon, you are also first and foremost the defendant in this trial. You'll prove yourself unable to defend against the prosecution's charges if you continue to withhold vital information against the rules of the court. I never thought you'd use that kind of rhetoric against me. That was no trick of rhetoric, my Lady Furina. I have merely reiterated the rules of the court, rules that you all should respect and follow. So, you neither knew why child was declared guilty, nor did you understand the structure and operations of the Oratrice. Instead of having been created by you, the manifestations of authority you mentioned have been made by the real Hydra Archon, haven't they? The real Hydra Archon? Well, now you're really losing me. It is true that I did not know why the Oratrice gave out a guilty verdict that day. But the Oratrice handed out that verdict unilaterally, and it has been operating independently ever since it was first created. You can't argue that just because a divine creation is flawed, that the god behind it must also be no god at all. Just throwing out all kinds of excuses. See that she's confident that we won't be able to produce proof that she has no power over the Oratrice. Sure, we can put the Oratrice aside for now, but then, Miss Furina, could you give us a brief demonstration of your powers as an Archon? My powers as an Archon? There are so many ordinary citizens in the audience, how can I just carelessly demonstrate the formidable power of an Archon? If that poses a concern, I'm prepared to extend my protection to the audience. You don't need to go that far. A brief demonstration of your power over Hydra should be quite harmless. Surely an Archon can at least match the capacities of a human with a vision. Aren't you the Hydra Archon, or is it just that you can't even wield the power of Hydra, much less the authority of a god? Indumentium, yes, it's all because of Indumentium. All Archons derive their power from the faith of the people, and I've converted the people's faith in justice into Indumentium. Thus that I give up all of my divine power to provide everyone with energy for their daily lives. Have you ever seen a more magnanimous god? Isn't that a huge stretch? Yeah, no matter how generous an Archon can be, how can they give up all of their power? Can a god with no power even still be called a god? Ooh! It seems like nobody's buying Furina's excuses. Hey, come now everyone, please don't stare at me as if I was a liar. I'm still the same Furina you knew, right? The one you loved. Shouldn't you want to believe in me? Please, you've got to believe in me. If what the prosecutor said is true, she really has committed a grave offence. Did she deceive all of us, and all of our parents and grandparents too, and all of our ancestors ever since they were born? Enough, that's enough. Tell me then, if I'm not the real Hydra Archon, then who is? If you have no evidence of another Hydra Archon's existence, nor can you find anyone who can back up their claim to be such, then what grounds have you to say I'm not actually the real deal? Wow, she came up with yet another argument. Ugh, how can we refute her now? Seems like she really doesn't want to give up. If we can prove that she's in the Archon, we can try to prove that she is just a human. And if she's only human... Okay. That's not helpful. Can we dissolve her with primordial seawater? That sounds a bit of a stretch. Okay. Navi in the seawater? I actually don't know. Is it Navi or in the sea? No, okay, that's not it. The Fortress of Maripede? Nope, okay. Is it... Are we gonna try and dissolve her? It has been established that all Fontanians can dissolve in water from the primordial sea, and that means... Since you insist on claiming to be a god and not a human, then there's a method that you can use right here and now to eliminate all suspicions of you being the latter. What happens if you dissolve a god? Like, then what? What do we do at that point? Miss Navia, please apply to serve as a temporary attorney for the prosecution before addressing the court. Though you act in partnership with the prosecutor, you must still adhere to proper procedure. Super sorry, Monsieur Chief Justice. I swear this really will be the last time that I'll speak out of turn. Now I brought some seawater from Poisson. As everyone knows, a massive flood struck the area not long ago, taking many lives, including those of some of my closest friends. So, Miss Furina, would you dare to touch some of this seawater? Ooh, it does look really pretty. I like it. If we are to believe that you are indeed the real Hydra Archon, touching the seawater would have no effect on you. All it should do is strengthen your case. But if you don't dare to touch it, then we would have basically proved the reverse. Oh, and I must remind you that after the disaster at Poisson, nobody wants to see any more people dissolve. I do hope you act prudently and choose a simpler path of admitting guilt. Now, we're from the Spina di Rosola. The Spina has governed Poisson for many years. I guess our suggestion is valid. If Lady Furina is indeed just a human, she's probably a Fontanian like all the rest of us. Would she really dare to try? Furina? Lady Furina, this test has been unilaterally proposed by the prosecution. As it falls outside the realms of standard court proceedings, you possess the right to decline participation. Well, of course he had to tell her that, but refusing to participate is basically the same as a confession of guilt. She's just staring at the water without saying a single word. It really does seem like she's quite terrified of it. That could only mean... What's going on? Is she really planning to... That's not what we thought she would. Okay, deep breathing. Due to the inherent risk of the test, Lady Furina, you may... Ooh, she stuck her hand in it. Wow! Hey! She actually... Ah! I'm fine. Look at me, everyone. My hand is still here. I haven't been dissolved. She had no idea that was gonna work. Will you believe me now? I really am your Archon. I'm nothing like a normal human who would fall apart as soon as he touches water. Really? Was this not the most obvious thing in the world? Miss Seedreen, if you're present, Miss Seedreen, please come forward and attend to the defendant. Seedreen? Don't be nervous, it'll just take a few seconds. Let me see. Seedreen! That should be enough. Please announce the results of your evaluation to the court, Miss Seedreen. As everyone doubtlessly saw, Ms. Furina was displaying symptoms of hyperventilation and flushed skin. This indicates that she was experiencing the adverse effects of exposure to primordial seawater. The extent to which she was affected is the same as other humans when exposed to primordial seawater of a similar concentration. Oh, it's like Fremine! He didn't dissolve. Thank you, Miss Seedween. Lady Furina, you may return to the defendant's stand. Wait, what did she just say? I didn't get dissolved. Shouldn't that be enough to prove my innocence? Well, considering your tendency to run from your problems, we did originally prepare a direct sample of seawater around Prasson. Oh, that's where Seedween was sitting. However, after some extensive discussion, we exchanged it for a sample that is not concentrated enough to dissolve an actual human. After all, on the off chance that something entirely unexpected might occur, we don't want anyone else to lose their life to the sea. Yes, out of regard for Furina's life, you secured a low concentration sample and asked the head nurse to serve as an expert witness. It's a great thing that the direct sample wasn't actually used. Furina could have. I can't believe you. What's really going on here? Furina can't have not known the consequences of touching the water as a human. This is too unlike how she usually acts, unless it's actually more important for her to keep up her facade than to save her own life. But hadn't she given up on everything a long time ago? Listen to me everyone. Please don't give me such cold and disdainful looks. What happened just now didn't prove a single thing. Think about it. How can you conclusively prove an Archon can't also be affected by the primordial seawater? Also, I mean, like, Mavwika, I guess we didn't know this at this time, but she's a human god. But I guess you wouldn't know this at this point in Fontaine. Okay, I retract that statement. Also, if I was really just a human, why would I dare to just put my hand in that kind of water? Oh, no one believes her. Please, everyone, just listen to me. I swear I really am your Archon. I don't think anything she says at this point will sway anyone. The odds are just too stacked against her now. With all the things that have been said, Hammer doesn't think there's any way left for Furina to win. I believe this time for argument and presentation of evidence has come to an end. If there are no objections, we will move on to the final judgment. Ooh. Okay, why are things glowing red? In my capacity as Chief Justice, I shall now render judgment of Furina's misrepresentation of herself as the Archon of Fontaine. As a human who knowingly deceived her fellow citizens, Furina is... Oh no! She looks so sad! Guilty. We shall now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal to render the final verdict on the charges. I think this is the bit that Paimon spoiled for me. So rude. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, Furina is... What's wrong? What's the Oratrice's verdict? It can't be. Did the Oratrice just declare Furina to be innocent? No, the Oratrice also displays a guilty verdict. Isn't that correct then? However, the exact wording of the verdict is thus: the Hydro Archon, guilty, to be punished via the death sentence. Oh! the death sentence? That's actually one of the available sentences. I've always thought it was just a myth. The one and only time the death sentence has been handed out at a court, and it's been given to the very person we've worshipped as the god of justice. What an unexpected twist. She's been sentenced to death by the Oratrice. We just wanted to use the trial to show her the seriousness of things, so she'd tell us the truth. How did things escalate this quickly? This outcome is indeed quite strange. According to the Fontaine's current definition of justice, as well as its recommendations for criminal sentences, is a sentence really appropriate for the crimes that have been committed? Yeah, even Vasha wasn't sentenced to death by the Oratrice. You know, the real evil mastermind behind the serial disappearances case. What's more strange is, instead of Furina, the Oratrice rendered judgment on the Hydra Archon. Oh, who we just decided Furina wasn't. Interesting. Indeed, not only is Furina's sentence overly excessive, the very point of our trial today was also to prove Furina has never been the Hydra Archon in the first place. But now the Oratrice seems to have deliberately invoked the title of the Hydra Archon. What does this mean? Thanks for watching, everyone. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. If you'd like to see me play live, then check out my Twitch channel. You can find me on Wednesdays and Sundays at 8 PM GMT. Thanks again, and have a great day.